On the 5th of May 1937, Spanish Prime Minister Francisco Largo Caballero dispatched the Guardia de Asalto to Barcelona to suppress the anarchist-led violence during the May Days uprisings over in the northeast here. In the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin called for labor peace as a major bus strike loomed ahead of the coronation of George VI, threatening national disruption. German Foreign Minister Constantin von Neurath concluded his diplomatic visit to Rome, where he met with Italian leaders such as Benito Mussolini and Galeazzo Chiano. Soviet pilot Mr. Pavel Golovin became the first to fly an airplane over the North Pole, landing on an ice floe 21 kilometers south of it. The feat was achieved by a crew of 11 on May 5th, 1937. The first ever flight over the pole by dirigible had been in 1926. Okay. Finally, the Dutch government submitted draft legislation aimed at expanding the size and capacity of the national court system. Another interesting fact about the 5th of May is that it's actually the Dutch Liberation Day. So yesterday, for example, on the 4th, we had 2 minutes of silence for all the fallen people of World War II. And today is actually more like a party. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. It may sound a bit more echoey than usual. That's because I'm in the middle of moving apartments and I basically emptied everything out of my room except my desk at this point. I'm also going to have to pre-record some episodes starting tomorrow until Friday because I won't have internet in my new apartment until Friday. So yeah, you will hear echo for a couple days in a row here. Anyway, that being said, let's roll the time. Oh, we have 172 political power all of a sudden. Wait a second. Is that because we completed this? Ah, okay. So we can use some political power to get something. Maybe this guy's pretty good. Okay. Or we could get an operative slot. Resistance growth, political power. Ooh, okay. Some of these are really good. I need to see which one is the best. Could maybe also get an air guy. That would also be very good. Production costs. Hermann Göring here seems very good. Not gonna lie, I might want to take him. I could also go to extensive conscription, but I don't think that's necessary at all right now, so that's fine. We could also go for a industrial concern here. Let's see here. The consumer goods makes me want to take this. How are the consumer goods looking anyway? Let's have a quick look at that. Where's that again? 12 are going to consumer goods. We go to MIFO bills. Yeah, we're at minus 13.5 right now. That's very good. So yeah, I'll make this decision tomorrow. I'll record just this one today. Tomorrow I can still use the internet here, so I'll record the other ones tomorrow. But I need some hints, some tips on what to get. There's a military high command, which we could do. I think that's for much later though, to be honest. I think it's going to be either a political advisor or an industrial concern. Probably one of these four. I'm mostly looking at Reinhard Heydrich over here and Hans Carroll. Although he will reduce our research speed, which is really bad. This guy will reduce our stability and increase resistance growth. But I guess we could take this guy until the war and then replace him later. Possibly. Wilhelm Canaris doesn't seem very good. And this guy's better, I think. I guess if we combine these two, the resistance growth is still reduced. Because this adds 3%. This removes 5%. Pretty good. Yeah, anyway, enough looking at that. Let's roll the time. I think today... Yeah, once this guy reaches like 30, I think I'll send them in to help the fight. should be fine. Let's check the supply real quick. Yeah, they're all in bad supply areas, unfortunately. We could go up here, I suppose, instead. I just don't think it's going to matter too much. I think if I move them there, the supply will turn red there as well. Oh. Okay, we got an event. That's rare as well. Yunnan joins the Chinese United Front. Earlier today, China and Yunnan issued a joint statement that the latter has now been formally granted member status of the Chinese United Front. Whether this partnership will be used for offensive or defensive purposes remains to be seen, but undoubtedly extensive joint military planning is already underway, yes. So let's check the factions real quick, actually. We now have a new faction, the Chinese United Front. Very good. I think that's going to blow up within a month or so, and then we'll be able to send volunteers over there as well. Will be nice. Anyway, let's rule the rest of the day. This guy's now at 30, so at 8 a.m. here. Let's send them all, boom, into there. There, we're now 78 green. Although none of our troops have actually made it into the battle yet. And I'm sure that will remedy itself soon. Okay, Denmark offers a trade proposal. Danish delegation has approached us with a trade proposal. Denmark produces a large amount of food products, of which we have imported quite a bit historically. They recently devalued their domestic currency, the krone, making their agricultural goods far more competitive. This trade agreement could prove quite a boon for us, as it would secure the food for our population and strengthen our supply lines. So we give them one off-map civilian factory. We can increase or cancel the trade deal. Now it adds 10%. That seems just bad. To be honest, I'm not gonna do that. We have no need for Danish products. Autarky is where it's at, right? Anyway, that was a long one, so I'm gonna call it here. See you guys tomorrow.